Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Project. In this module, I want to talk to you about project summary tasks and summary tasks and what the difference is. So first of all, I just need to change the settings on this. I'm going to Gantt chart format and I'm going to these two little A's in the corner there just to change the font size up a bit so it's easier to see, like so. So I'm going to create a couple of tasks. I'll type the title like so. So this will be develop strategy. And I want that to be a summary task. But before I do a summary task, I'm just going to type a few tasks. I'll just go task A, task B, and task C, for example. Now, I'll make these all one day. I'll make the other one 2 days, actually, otherwise the planning wizard would come up. So to create a summary task very quickly, all you have to do is just highlight the task that you want to be a summary. And then on the task tab, you're clicking on Indent. And then this top one becomes a summary task. And you can see it's gone bold. And there's a little triangle to the left of it where you can click on that and collapse the detail like so. Now, sometimes when you create a type of task, Project automatically does a summary task for you. For example, on the task tab, to where it actually says tasks, in there you've got a recurring task as an option. For example, if I click on that, it will open up a box and I can just say team meeting, and I'll get this to be a 1 day team meeting, very boring. I'll get it to repeat on every Monday and I'll stop it after 4. So I'll just stop it after 4. So you get the idea of that. Click OK. You automatically get a summary task there. It's created it for me, so I can collapse that information out of the way if I click on the little triangle, like so. So that's another sort of automatic summary task, if you like. And then I can get that back. I can get my arrow to point to it, like so. Now that's indented inside of this. It wouldn't normally be that, so I'll just outdent that so it's in the same line. Now if I go to the View tab, you've got the ability there to look at outline. If I drop that down, you've got levels, all levels, level 1. Level 1 is just showing the headings, like the summary tasks. If I go and select all, brings everything back. Now, in older versions of Project, once you did this, you couldn't type on this top level, so I couldn't type there. If I put 3 there now, though, it will let me type. But two things happen. It no longer summarizes the durations of the tasks underneath, and it changes the task mode from auto scheduled to manual scheduled because I've overtyped the default. Now, if I want that to come back, I'll have to put that back to automatic schedule so that it picks up the correct number of day durations underneath. So that's something you've got to be very careful of, that you don't, if you're going to use these summary tasks, that you don't then allow people to type on there, or make sure there's none on there. Sometimes you get like a red line. If I type 5 days, let's see what happens. No, I haven't got a red line, but sometimes you get a red line on these dates. I'll just undo that so it goes back. So there's summary tasks. That's one way of doing it. Now there's a project summary task that you can activate, but you have to do that from the Gantt chart format tab. And right over on the right, you've got project summary task. You can see that summary task is ticked there. Project summary task, though, will sit on top of it all. And I can rename that project A, for example. And then if I try and delete that duration, I cannot delete that. So that is definitely set to automatically pick up these durations. So if I change any of these durations underneath, if it impacts the final date, which that one didn't, so if I do a review on the end here, so a review task of 20 days, that'll impact the top duration. And you can see that like so. So as long as there's no question marks in here, so if I do another task, just type something, when there's a question mark, you see the question mark cascades all the way up to the top. So that just means it's an approximate, or that's what you think it's going to be, I recommend you just put 1 day if you think it's going to be 1 day, and then you're not dealing with these question marks everywhere, estimated times. But now I can manually click on these things, knock them down. If I can get my mouse to point to it. So now I've collapsed everything. So you've got on the view tab, remember, outline. It's probably a quicker way of doing it if you've got lots of tasks. You've got all subtasks. Level 1 is now showing me the project summary task and the other two. So if I go into level 2, that's showing me everything. If I go to level 1, that's back to that. And then if I just do hide subtasks, there you go, just the top one. So that's all I want to talk about in this little video, how you can use summary tasks, what you need to be aware of, and how you can use the project summary task and the difference between the two. So hopefully this video is of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.